Hi, welcome to Think Human. I'm Chris, and in this video, I want to talk about social media. So, yeah, like when it started, I was along with it. Like when you had, you know, predecessors to Facebook, and then Facebook as well. When it started out, it was quite wonderful. You have, your close circle of friends, and you're sharing things with them. Like one person missed a party or something, and you posted pictures, and they were like, "Oh, so cool," commented and whatever, shared things. Really fun. But now what I've noticed, well, not now, but quite a while back, what I noticed is that most of the things that I see on these platforms is I just don't care about. I don't care about. I could not care less. It's advertisements and it's people I don't care about, things in their lives I don't care about. Maybe it's for you, and that's perfectly fine. Maybe you have Facebook set up in a way that works for you. That's awesome. That's good. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the general idea that people who get too caught up in it. It's like I've seen this thing happening. I'm sure you noticed too that people sort of try to create this version of themselves online, that their life is really interesting and they have so much going on, and oh, look at us, we're, being here, traveling here, adventure, wow, our lives are so great. But actually, the only thing they do, they present only the, best part of their lives. They don't share like, I'm depressed because of this, or, this thing made me really sad. They don't, most people don't share any of that. So this is really unrealistic, and what's the bad thing is that other people look at it and they think it's real, not understanding that these are fake people. Well, maybe not fake people, but they're creating a completely artificial fake themselves in this platform, and other people might look at it and be like, wow, their life is so wonderful, mine isn't, and it can make people depressed. But another way I've noticed, it's kind of like a race. Like people need to impress each other. Like, oh, you went to vacation in Hawaii. I went to vacation in freaking, I don't know, someplace that's even cooler. Um, uh, Matter of taste, what's cooler to someone, but you get the point. And it's kind of ridiculous. But at the bottom of it, you get nothing from it, really. You might get temporary satisfaction in the form of likes and people commenting and whatever, but it's only feeding the ego. There's nothing deep inside, because people, if they post something that's not truly them, if that's not the authentic themselves, what's really happening in their lives truly, then no matter what feedback they get, it's never going to penetrate anywhere deeper, because the only thing they put out there is the fake themselves, is the fake them. So the only thing they get back is also like superficial, where they share actual struggles with other people. They might get some actual real, back and forth, some kind of feedback, people talking about it and really getting somewhere. I used to have that kind of thing, talking about good and bad, and had a lot of interesting conversations that way. But now it just seems like really, really fake, and it's kind of sad to see people spending so much energy trying to look good in front of people that they should not care about what these people think, acquaintances and so on, and your friends. I mean, your friends, you could present, friends should be there to understand you in any condition. You shouldn't have to look like super good in front of friends. Like, you should be comfortable and, like, share what's really happening. So what's the stuff for then? Is it for acquaintances? Why should you care about what acquaintances think? But okay, um, people do what they gotta do, but but that's also for Instagram and all the stuff. I'm saying nothing really bad about the places themselves. It's always how people use it, not the thing itself. Like, you can have an Instagram profile with some really cool pictures, and I've seen profiles with really cool pictures, and that's amazing, and keep doing it. Or like actual Facebook, when it works right, and people actually have something meaningful going on there, and everybody gets something from the experience, the kind of how do you call it, the exchange. Um, but so much of it I've noticed is like this kind of fake, trying to seem like really on top of her game, like I'm having the best life ever, just please believe me, I'm having such a great time living. It's like trying to prove people something. So for me, at least personally, I haven't really. I use Facebook only for the messenger feature. I have. It's been a long time since I posted anything or looked at my feed because it's always depressing. I look at 5 posts maximum, and I'm like, I'm just. I'm just sad, like one way or another. It's either disappointing or depressing or so meaningless that my head starts hurting, you know. But of course, this is just my opinion, but something I've noticed, like definitely there is this level of people not being real, and if they're not real, at least for me, there's no point. It's just playing some kind of weird game, and I have no interest in that. So, and not spending time in the social media, I felt my life quality, peace of mind has significantly improved, and also the part talked about before, like people comparing themselves. Um, it used to be a while back. This is hardwired in our brains. Like we compare ourselves with the people around us. Like uh, like 1,000 years ago, you were a farmer and you had neighbors, and if your neighbors were doing way better than you, then naturally you were like upset. Like you were like, what are they doing that I'm not doing? Why ain't I doing so good? Like, where are my crops? Where's my profit and whatever? So we're totally hardwired for it, and that's natural. But now, in today's world, with the social media platforms, you can look at some people on the other side of the world, completely different life, completely different context, nothing to do with even your country or your neighborhood or people your age or in the, whatever. There's nothing to really do with you actually, but it might make you feel like inadequate in some way. You can look at them and be like, how can they have this life and I can't? They can have these fast cars and big mansions and whatever, and I'm just here. And people have this natural tendency to compare, but that's extremely unhealthy. And our brains don't understand that these people are on the actual other side of the world. They got nothing to do with us. Well, nothing is relative, and that's another video. But yeah, like this is unhealthy. Like if people just don't take it so seriously, they're like, funny pictures of cats. Like even that's perfectly fine by me. I don't mind. Um, but yeah, just not take it so seriously. I'm way more happy. I get more time. If I want to share something with friends, I talk to them. I send them a message or I call them. I send them pictures what I want, whatever. Like that's for them. I don't know. Maybe just that's my personal opinion. So, hope you got something interesting thoughts to think about. Thank you so much for watching and take care.